don't know about y'all, but Kanye West is back at it again. And yes, I'm going to call him by his government name because all this shit about I want to be called Ye because I'm not going by the slave master's name. Hey man, you go by what people call you. All this name changing, I could change my name, I could change everything else about me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're not going to get into that. All of that shit is irrelevant. You're going to go by what the government calls you, by what your pops called you, your moms called you, by what people call you. Kanye West. See, if you go back, right, and you take a look at all of these celebrities and how they used to be before they got the money, these celebrities used to be humble. Most of them used to be humble. See, when you're coming up, right, and you're hungry, you're starving, guess what? You're very humble because you come from humble beginnings. You're not as rich as you are now. And so I believe, well, you know how they say that money is the root of all evil? I don't think it's the root of all evil. I just think that money enhances whoever it is you truly are. That's all it is. Money enhances your real self. It brings your real self out times 1,000. It's just like alcohol. You know how you may be humble and quiet. You might be an introvert. Get a couple of drinks in you. Next thing you know, you're bouncing off the walls. You're the life of the party. Yeah, money does exactly that. The more money someone gets, the more you see their true selves. Think about that for a second. That is the reason why some of these celebrities feel like they are above everyone else. That is the reason why, for instance, the Met Gala that just occurred over the weekend, trash. Look at these celebrities and how they're dressed. Sometimes you may say that, oh well, they're celebrities, they can wear whatever they want to. Yes, you're absolutely right, they can wear whatever they want to. But if you have not viewed or taken a look at what some of these celebrities were wearing, especially the women, it's crazy how naked most of them are, how half naked most of them are. And once again, you have people looking up to these folks. You have young kids looking up to these folks, and these folks are trash. I'm sorry, I call it how I see it. These folks are trash, straight trash. They want attention so badly. A lot of them, they're not even in the limelight anymore. Nobody cares about them. Nobody talks about them. See, that is something else that happens whenever you get money, whenever you get in the limelight, whenever you get that fame, you want to keep it. You want that attention. You need that attention. You feed off of that attention. And when you stop getting it because you are now irrelevant, you will do anything to get it. That's why some of them do the weird and crazy shit they do. It's for attention. Human beings crave attention. We all know this. And human beings are not the best when we, achieve power. Money is power. Money gains you power. Yes. Money and power go hand in hand. And so, if human beings are terrible people whenever they get power, imagine someone with extreme power. Imagine someone with so much money they don't know what to do with it. That is how a lot of these celebrities act. And now, I hate to get into the whole Kanye West thing again, but I'm sorry. He's always out here in the media making an ass of himself. So, we must go over this because I want y'all to see exactly what happens when power corrupts, because power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and this is a perfect example of it. Kanye used to have a lot of power because he had a lot of money. He had a lot of influence because he had a lot of money. But his influence is dying down because he has lost his mind. And we are now starting to see that Kanye West is not Kanye West anymore because now he is Ye.
He made global headlines for anti-Semitic outbursts. Most outrageously, he tweeted that he wanted to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. It was a heated interview, a long interview. I held him to account. I told him his remarks were offensive. He caused many people a lot of pain. And he gave me some back, of course. He called me a Karen. Fair enough, I can take it. At least we had a mostly grown-up conversation. These constant tirades against Jewish people.
Have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain.
You
don't want to feel my pain.
Oh, no, hang
you don't
on.
hold You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
Do you believe that you have any form of mental illness?
I believe that I suffered from exhaustion. I suffered from being lied to constantly by the people around me, by my management, by my ex-wife.
Do you still love Kim?
I absolutely I'll love her for life.
That interview lasted 2 hours in the end. We covered a lot of ground. There were moments of tension and moments, I think, of mutual understanding. Yeah, he got up and walked off at one point, but he had to think about what he wanted to say, and then he came back and he said it.
And we'll have the top lawyers like a Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian level legal team, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position, that's clear.
Interview adjourned. Love you.
Yeah, thanks for sitting back down. I'll change the subject.
La 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 la. Yo, is that not childish? Is that not childish? Now y'all see why I'm covering this. Is he not childish and mentally ill? Because let's call it how it is. It's mental illness. Do you see the level of arrogance there? Do you not see when he speaks how much he wants to command so much respect but doesn't give respect in return? Yes, yeah, I know I call it how I see it, and that's exactly how it is. He wants to command a level of respect only because of what? Because he has money. Y'all might argue and say he's a lyrical genius. He's a musical genius. He's a musical prodigy. Yo, I'm going to be real with y'all. Making beats is not that hard. Anyone can teach themselves how to make beats. I'm sorry. Writing songs, same thing. You can teach yourself how to write songs. I don't care what anybody says. I write songs. Why am I not successful with it? Because I never pushed myself to be. Yeah, that's exactly why. People, there are hundreds, there are millions of people who can write songs and do the same thing that Kanye does. I'm sorry. There are actually people who are doing it right now. Some of them are just not as arrogant as he is. You can tell this man is mentally ill, and he's been going down this rabbit hole for quite a while, and people seem to entertain this shit. That is why he keeps coming out with all these crazy outbursts. That is why he keeps acting all weird and wild and crazy in Hollywood, because he is able to. He has the money to.
Huh? Obviously, I have no idea what's going on in this guy's head, and he's unquestionably genius artist with a global fan base and massive talent. He's lived most of his life under the microscope of intense fame, and that pressure alone can make people behave very oddly. Back then, I was trying to understand if Ye had any regret or remorse for what could have been a relatively isolated incident or some kind of episode. I wanted to know if he understood there are consequences for his words and whether he was genuinely a racist. Well, we now know it's just the tip of the iceberg. As far as the watching public is concerned, Ye has spiraled in both his personal life and his business life. Most recently, he's taken to posting endless, outrageous anti-Semitic slurs on X. He frequently professes his great love for Adolf Hitler. He poses in swastikas and KKK costumes. He says things like Jews were better as slaves and they should be whipped. We all know this because X has allowed him to carry on doing it to his 33 million followers. I've argued for a long time his account should be shut down, it should be stopped. That's my opinion. I believe passionately in free speech and I detest censorship because I believe in the importance of sharing honestly held opinions in a democracy. But posting endless, vile, anti-Semitic insults, encouraging violence against Jewish people in these unhinged tirades on a privately owned platform has got nothing to do with free speech. I invited him back onto Uncensored because at least on my show, I can call him out for what he's been doing and put myself in between the 33 million followers who see his post without any challenge whatsoever. Our producer spotted that he was in Spain with his friend 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞'𝐬, and we invited both of them on for an interview. They very quickly agreed, and 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞 spent several days talking about it. But they mucked us around, a significant expense, both in time and money, to me, my crew in Spain, and my team here in London. More importantly, he didn't turn up yesterday and said wanted to do it today. So it seemed to me then it might all just be a stunt. But I went ahead and said, okay, we'll have another go today. 𝐊𝐴 told 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞 not to be offended if he stormed off very shortly before today's interview started. You can judge for yourself how it went and whether 𝐊𝐴 has any respect or frankly any marbles. I'm not a shrink. But if you're so delusional or fragile you don't expect a journalist to ask you questions about your publicly stated love of Hitler, you should probably talk to somebody other than me. What followed, frankly, was a farce.
I'm getting your multi-tracks right now. I'm about to step in this interview, but I can hop back on in about whenever it's done. That nuance right there, it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
What do you respect?
So many,
what are you talking about?
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people. It's not what I expected,
what's entertaining?
That was funny.
Kanye West is rarely out of the headlines at the moment. It's fair to say the headlines are equally rarely positive. The rapper, producer, and fashion designer is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed on a recent live stream with his friend 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞, and both 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞 and 𝐊𝐴 join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. 𝐊𝐴, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you 𝐊𝐴, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation. And since then, a lot has happened in your life. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this. How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah. Your life is good?
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is. Judge me by the view.
Well, the view is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And for all intents and purposes, you seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks.
Judge my happiness based on my view. Yeah. Piers is a savage. He said it's mediocre at best. Hey, Piers is a savage. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's a savage. And I could have swore he called him 𝐊𝐴. Well, he said Kanye West at the beginning of the commentary, but I could have swore he called him 𝐊𝐴, and Kanye peep body language. I always tell y'all to look at body language. Look at Kanye's body language and how he's slumped over. He doesn't have a care in the world. No respect for this man, no respect for this interview at all. He's grinning, laughing. Check out my view. Judge my happiness based on my view. Yeah. And then of course you have my man, none other than 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞. And we're not going to get into him. But he's just sitting there, grinning, laughing. See, a lot of these celebrities in Hollywood, they have those people who hold their coattails. Yes, they have people who hold their coattails. People who will suck their just to be around them. That's a fact. They will kiss their ass, hold their coattails, and hand them their drinks just to be around them. Those are called dick suckers. That's exactly what I call them. Because that's exactly what they'll do for 5 minutes in the same room with a celebrity. See, celebrities are no different than you and I. They bleed red, they sleep, They put their pants on the same exact way. They're no different than you and I. The only difference is that they have more money than you and I. And since we are judged on how much money we have in society, that's why they feel like they are on a level above you and I. They feel like they are better than you and I because they have more money. Even though you might be living a nice life, a great life. Judge my life based on my view. That was his answer. That doesn't mean shit, because with money you can fly anywhere. You can sit in front of any view. Does that mean you're truly happy? No, I beg to differ, it doesn't. And then you have someone sit next to you who's not going to do anything but say yes, 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 yeah. That doesn't mean that your life is so much better than everyone else's, but let's see what else Kanye West has to say.
That's the best way to put it, being attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is, that's the win. So I think I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make is that I watch what you put out on X. You got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
Don't help them out.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, dude trying to sub. I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
What are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
You said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneako?
Yeah, that's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not aware he was going to leave like this, but it seems like he got upset about the...
Now, Piers did that on purpose. Piers knew he had 33 million followers. At the beginning, of his show, Piers said what? His 33 followers on X. Piers knew. But then he dropped it down to mil. 33 mil, which is a lot of followers, by the way. And to me, that is wild. That is wild. That also shows you how many people in this world are mentally ill as well. 33 million people follow a mentally ill person. Let that sink in for a second. See, I gave you a minute to let that sink in. I don't follow Kanye West. For what? He's mentally ill. I'm not. But 32 million people follow. Now, do you see the level of arrogance? This man will sit there, right, and talk shit about the Jews, talk shit about all types of other groups of people. Yes, he will talk about he is part of the black KKK, and he will talk shit about all types of different groups of people, and then cry this woe is me, the banks are attacking me. You've never dealt with what I've had to deal with. What is that, Kanye? What is that? Sitting in front of a beautiful view like that because you're the one who says judge your life based on your view. You have it so terrible that you get to sit in front of a view like that. Do you see the hypocrisy as well? That's crazy, right? Right. Do you see the level of arrogance and the hypocrisy? And then he gets up and gets mad because Piers Morgan shorted him on followers on X. Are you serious right now? Because Piers Morgan says he's only got 32 million followers instead of 33 million. Get your facts straight, Piers. Get your facts straight. You're not going to take inches off my dick. Do you see the level of arrogance? And this is who y'all people follow. This is who y'all people listen to. This is who y'all people take advice from. Crazy, right? Right. Shows you how many mentally ill people there are in this world. And when I tell you mental illness is a real thing, I'm going to repeat it and say it again. Mental illness is a real thing. Human beings, when given power, it usually corrupts them because they cannot handle it. Why? It is because we are hardwired. We are hardwired to seek attention, to seek validation, to seek love, to seek attention. And when you get that, you want more. That's another thing that we have inside of us as human beings. You always want more. You always want more. That's why when you have those people who come out and say they don't want any more than what they have, those people who live within their means, those people who live like the Dalai Lama, for instance, those types of people, Gandhi, those types of people, when you have people like that who don't seek validation, riches, money, and fame, attention, when you have people like that, they are rare. That's why those people are put on the pedestal, because it is rare for human beings not to seek any of that. But let's finish up this interview because it looks like Kanye has walked off once again like a big baby that he is. And I guess Piers is about to speak to 𝐊𝐚𝐧𝐲𝐞'𝐬.
So it's all just a game, is it? Is that the idea?
Well, I mean, life is a video game, is it?
No, I just wonder what the point of this exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is 𝐂�eh𝐿. This is very public about that. Hopefully we could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on, you know what you were doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
We called him 𝐂�eh𝐿 and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
Well, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday too. My time is important as well. Regardless if it was wasted, we have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. This is going to be laughed at by many people. It's not what I expected.
What's entertaining?
That was funny. That's undeniably walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah. Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing, and I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me ask you the questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going to answer questions on his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to, because he's not there.
Questions on his behalf.
He's not there.
What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called 𝐼𝐿 Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that, out of interest?
I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision.
I'm asking you why you're happy to be associated with somebody who.
I'm just here to suck him off, Piers. We're not even going to let him finish. I'm done with him. That's exactly what he should have said. when Piers Morgan asked him, so, Sneeko, what is it you do for Kanye? I suck him off, Piers. You know, I just lay around here. I sit around. Whenever he wants his drink, I get his drink for him. Whenever he wants his feet rubbed, I rub his feet. And then later on that night, I suck him off, Piers. Because that's exactly what he's doing. Earlier, when Kanye went on that little short rant, did you not see Sneeko? Like, seriously? He's going to agree with whatever Kanye West does. He's going to agree with whatever Kanye does. Sneeko has no voice in this matter. Are you kidding me? Whatever Kanye tells him to do, if Kanye would have told him get on all fours, crawl around like a dog on camera, Sneeko would have done it. We know this for a fact because some people are willing to do anything and everything for fame and attention, to be around someone that garners so much fame and so much attention, who has so much money. They are willing to do anything. They will sell out their families. They'll sell out their mamas to be around someone like that. I'm trying to tell you. And those are the people that you need to watch. Those are the people that you need to watch, and this is a perfect example of it. He doesn't do anything for Kanye except for suck him off. That's why he sat there for a brief moment, quiet as hell. Did you not peep that? Did you not peep that moment of silence where they were quiet as hell? They didn't say shit to one another. Sneeko was just looking like, Kanye's calling me. If Kanye called him right now and said, yo, Sneeko, let's go. Guess what Sneeko would have done? He would have got his ass up and ran to Kanye just to suck him off. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.